What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a fantastic night. Guess I shouldn't wear blue. My computer can't handle it. It always freaks out there, so I apologize if I'm coming at you blurry. But it's been a blurry day. I hope you're all having a good one. But look, training camp. The players have arrived today. Tomorrow, we will get our first training camp practice of the 2024 season, and I'm ready to run through a wall. Now, right before I was getting ready for this, Cooper DeJean will be placed on the NFI list, which is just the non-football injury list, and apparently a hamstring injury for 3 weeks. So going to miss a chunk of training camp. Not great for his chances of starting, but look, he's young. We know we can use him as a depth piece, so we'll see if, and when he comes available, what he can do. So, look, still a great pick, still a bright future ahead. Got to be careful with these young players, so nothing to freak out about. The media is like, yes, going to be talking about the training camp battles, but, they're going to be talking about those injuries. So, good luck with that. But we're here tonight to talk about the top 18 battles for the Philadelphia Eagles come this training camp tomorrow. And, it's going to be going on for a few weeks, the preseason, all that. So we'll be watching all this stuff. We'll be doing all kinds of things throughout. I wanted to do a projected 53. I just, dude, I'm still in my work stuff. I'm dirty. I wanted to get home, talk with you guys a little bit here. And it's been an insane week already to begin. First 2 days, I'm not going to lie. It has been truly insane. But I hope you're all doing great. Appreciate you taking the time. We're live. So anything on your mind? You guys have any thoughts on some of these battles? I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'm going to give you a list. I had a plan to make all these graphics and do all this stuff, and not so much, but I do still have my graphics from the series we just did where we talked about every single position. So don't worry, I got you covered. But happy to see you, Tate, my man. Hope you are doing well. Hope you guys are all having yourselves a great night. Gotcha, Mom. Let's go. Appreciate you guys. Tiffany, hope you guys are all doing great. Love to see you in here, and let's go, Lil. It's almost here, and it just gets closer and closer. 45 days away, and oh yeah, I'm ready to rock and roll. And yo, my man, appreciate you. Yo, hope you're having a great day. And no, it's not. It's the 3 weeks I was talking about there, Dylan. So just a minor hamstring injury there, but hope you guys are all doing great. Appreciate you guys, and let's jump right into this. Let's talk about the battles that are going on, and with Sidney Brown and Cooper DeJean, you've got some defensive back questions, and I think that we all know that. So we're going to get into all of it, and I'm just going to show you a quick list of how I have it, and then we're going to go through, and we're going to take a look at the positions. We'll take a look at the depth chart, and we'll talk about what you guys think, what I think, and how this baby's going to shake out in training camp here. So let me show you first. I've got the top 9 on offense / special teams. So as you can see, number 1 for me, right guard. Is Tyler Steen going to be able to step it up, or is Mekhi Becton going to push him as a guard? Is Trevor Keegan, the rookie, going to step it up? Maybe Matt Hennessy. So a lot of things that could happen there. I'm pretty pumped up that we have some depth there. So excited to see who wins that right guard job. Tight end 2. Can't stress enough how much I lose my mind. Now, Uzomah is presumably that guy, but we'll see. If anybody else younger wants to step it up and allow Uzomah to be the third guy, that'd be fantastic. But we'll see. Wide receiver 3, Ainias Smith. Love to see that, but a little banged up. We knew that. But I think that maybe you give him a little time. I think the kid's going to shine. You heard me talk about him pre-draft. Love the kid. Wanted him on the Eagles. Happy to see him here. So I think he'll eventually get that job. But Paris Campbell's here. You've got Johnny Wilson. A lot of guys that are competing. I think Wilson's more of a project that you will, develop. But yeah, a lot to go around there. And then who's going to be the kick returner and punt returner? Covey obviously holding down that punt returner job, but maybe he could do kick returner now too with the new rules. And you can go check out all of these positions. Each one of them has a breakdown. Everybody at that position. We'll go through here quickly and take a look at some of them. But backup running back, God forbid something happen. We're talking about death now. Saquon Barkley, dude, he's a stud. I can't wait to watch him shine. But what's going on behind him? Will Shipley, can you take that job from Kenny Gainwell? Can, Tyrion Davis-Price win a job? Lou Nichols over guys like Kendall Milton. And, obviously Kenny G, a lot of people have strong thoughts there, but I think he provides a lot here. He can block, runs well. So we'll see if he continues to develop, and in his final year of his contract, he does something. But I'm excited there. Then wide receiver depth, man. There's a lot of guys, behind that. And don't worry, I'll show you here in a second the offense. But you're looking at a lot of depth here and a lot of competition with some, questionable back end guys. But look, how many are you keeping? You got Wilson and Campbell I was talking about there with Anaya Smith, but you got Covey waiting there. So we'll take a look in a second, but excited to see that tight end depth. Those back end guys, behind Uzomah, Calcaterra, and who's going to be that third, fourth guy. I doubt you keep four, but if you do, you've got Albert O brought back, you've got Calcaterra, you've got EJ Jenkins here, McCall Castle. So I'm going to be watching that tight end depth. We'll see what goes down. O-line depth, I feel comfortable. Whoever doesn't win the job, I feel we've got some good depth here. So I feel pretty good there, but hey, still going to enjoy that. And then backup quarterback. It's just not the one that I'm looking forward to the most because I think we're pretty good at starter and, getting Kenny Pickett. That's great. I think Tanner McKee has bright future. So excited there, but had them at number 9. And then, we can take a look at the D in a little bit here, but just with this fresh on your mind here, we'll take a look. And, I just mentioned the quarterbacks there. You've got Will Grier, your off-season coach quarterback, the guy that could be the practice squad QB that knows Kellen Moore's system, Doug Neusmeyer, the quarterback coach. So he's had time with both those guys. I think that all of these dudes, it's a good quarterback room. Jalen Hurts leading the way, MVP season ahead. Let's effing go. Running back, Saquon's leading the way. But again, those backups, who's going to step it up? Who wants to be that guy? And if you want any in-depth stuff on this, we talked about these. Each one has a position. You can go find it in the training camp playlist. But yeah, man, I'm excited about this whole roster. I think that, we've obviously got a lot of competition. But somehow the wide receivers just went away. Don't know what just happened there. Okay, so you can see here, man, you've got 11 guys all fighting for a job. And I think those top 6 could definitely make it. Maybe only keep 5. Maybe Anaya Smith steps it up as a returner and, takes over for Covey. I mean, a lot of things could happen here. But you've got some guys on the bottom there that will be vying for a job. A lot of people I know are excited about John Ross. But look, he's going to have to prove himself as a receiver. We'll see if he can do that. And then at tight end, as I mentioned, who wants to step it up here, man? Somebody, please, for the love of God. If somebody could step up and be that like F-type tight end, the receiving guy like Calcaterra or Albert O, and pair him with Uzomah, who can catch the ball, he can block, he can do it all. So I think that would be a good room. I'd feel much more comfortable. So definitely looking forward to watching those battles there. And then we talk about the line. At tackle, I feel pretty damn comfortable. And we talk about Becton, if he's depth, awesome. Fred Johnson, he looked great last year. You've got a guy like Kennard brought in, Yedze, Dankwa, Vakalahi. So a lot of young talent here as well. So we'll see which of the depth pieces wants to step it up. And then, you talk about the interior guys. We know Dickerson and Juergens, but, is it going to be Steen, Hennessy, Keegan, McMahon, Sharping, Toth, Poe, so many guys competing. But obviously we know, Becton's looking good here. So it's going to be fun. But I think Steen, you've heard me last couple of years. Look, if he is what Stout thinks he can be, we could be in for a good ride here, a good line, and I'm excited about it. And then, I'd mentioned the special teams. We know who those guys are, so no competition there. But I will bring them up because I did mention the returners and got a lot of guys with return capability that are here. And I'm looking forward to guys like Isaiah Rogers stepping it up, Cooper DeJean, Tyler Hall, Sean Stevens. So you've got defensive players, not just offense. So definitely going to be a fun training camp to watch him. You'll see people overreacting about everything, but I just enjoy the fact that it means football is getting closer. I love watching these young players, watching people develop. Try not to get myself too worked up. I know the media, this is their time to shine, but for me, I'm pumped up, man. And then looking at the offense, the depth chart there, I think that I changed it now. So everybody in green is new to the team. So you can see all of the new players that we've added. It used to be different where you saw who was drafted, undrafted free agents, all that stuff, but don't want to get too caught up with that. I want you to see all of the new damn players that we've added. So we've got the continuity there with the line. We'll see if it can be Steen or if it is one of those new players, but adding Saquon, holy hell. And then a new third receiver. We needed that. And I think Anaya Smith definitely has a chance. So we'll see if it's Paris Campbell or he. Don't really care at this point, but I'm pumped up. And I think Paris, in a new system, could step it up. He definitely had his struggles, played for the shitty Giants, though, and he had Daniel Jones as quarterback. So let's keep that in mind. But that's the offense. So what we've got going on and going into camp, and we're going to take a look at the defense here in a second. But let me jump over to these comments. And, for me, I still feel exactly, and you got to stay healthy. You're always, injuries, and injuries are going to happen. Things are going to happen. You just have to, dude, you got to believe in the depth. That's why we have depth pieces. This is why we do these things. So, hey, I'm pumped up, though. Either way, I understand injuries get people worked up, but I'm all right, man. Yo, Fuji, my bro. Hope you're doing well. And look, it's been a long week, and we're only 2 days in, and I'm so joyous inside to have football back. It really gets me, a different mood when I'm at work. Oh my God, digging stuff up, and I'm just like, football. I can feel it in the air. 45 days away. We're gonna be getting preseason, all this stuff, dude. It's coming. Let's go. Typical slot. Well, we talked about the fact that he played big slot, at Florida State. So that's something he does, and that's a reason why he was one of my pre-draft fits. He's not just an outside big red zone threat, which he is, and I love that. But as an athletic freak, he just got to work on some things as a receiver. Drop balls are not great for a receiver, so you got some things, but he's got great receivers with him. And I think that, he's going to learn a lot, and he's going to be able to do some things, but you could see him on the field sooner rather than later with that red zone. If he and Jalen Hurts are really, putting in that work that we see, man, special things could be ahead. So you guys know how I feel about Johnny and Ainias before the draft. Those were two of my guys. So, yeah, I'm very excited about both of them, and can't wait to see them. Yep. The foundation. Oh, I see all Eagles news. That is what we do here. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Definitely cool. The smallest person on the O-line. Yeah, man, there's some giants on there for sure. Monsters, dude. I love it. But Brickstein and Rogers, Gab. Rogers, you're talking about on defense? No doubt. And yeah, I like Steen a lot. You guys know that. So hopeful for all those guys on offense. And I think that, right guard, obviously very important position that Cam Jurgens stepped in and played well. And, Jason Kelce's gone. So Jurgens, we need there. So it's still, you don't have Kelce and you got a new right guard. So you need someone you can depend on. It's going to be big. That's my number one there. But all those other positions, I'm definitely looking forward to. Now let's take a gander here at this defense. And, baby, do we have some fun competition. Cornerback 2, the nickel corner. Right there in itself, you've got those starters. And then looking at linebacker, like, okay, I want to say Devin White. I want to say, Nakobe Dean could, but Zach Bond, he plays really well. And I think, his versatility, that's going to be huge. So he's going to see time either way. But who wants to be those 1 and 2 at linebacker? And then edge, Huff's going to be that number 1. But is Sweat going to be the number 2? Is it going to be Nolan Smith? Can Nolan Smith and Sweat, make Huff be the rotational piece? I don't think so. But that's something that's going to be on the table, and they're going to give everyone opportunity. But I think for me, Huff's that guy. But I'm looking forward to seeing how this edge room pans out. And, the cornerback depth. Oh, dude, cannot wait. Safety depth. Okay, I'm still looking for the Eagles to improve there, whether Justin Simmons trading for Budda Baker. There's a lot of things on the table, but, looking forward to talking about that. And then edge depth, I think, got some really promising talent. We'll see how many make this team, but you got to have a good rotation. So excited there. Interior D line depth. I think I'm one of the only people that feels comfortable here. I'm looking forward to the competition. I'm just not as fretful as a lot of people as to add Cam Hayward or Calais Campbell or whoever everybody's saying. But, each week they make up stories like that. And I think I get it. They're looking on Madden and they're seeing that the roster has, guys like Carter Davis and Milton Williams. And I don't know if you guys play Madden, maybe you can let me know, but I'm sure their ratings aren't that high because they're young and, they don't really know the Eagles or much about football in Madden. So you got to take all that with a grain of salt. So if you're looking at that, you might think we need help there, but I'll be honest with you, we don't. And then linebacker depth. Look, I think one of the lowest for me because I kind of feel like I know what's going on here, and I like this linebacker room more than most. So let's run through this and take a look at these positions real quick, and Well, I'll tell you why I feel that way. So, looking at the interior D line, I just think that Carter Davis and Milton Williams is quite a trio, man. And you're going to see them on the field at the same time. You're going to see only two of them on the field. I mean, we run multiple fronts again for the fourth year now. We'll be running odd and even fronts, but who's going to be behind them? Tuipulotu, Ojomo. You guys know Gabe Hall was one of my undrafted fits before the draft here, and I'm a fan. So I think Thomas Booker. You bring in a true nose tackle like PJ Mustipher, so maybe he can prove you need to have a nose tackle behind Davis, or we can at least stash him on the practice squad and elevate him if need be. But regardless, I like this room, and I think whether it's Tuipulotu, Ojomo, Hall, one of these other guys, I would be okay with the depth if you're probably only keeping 4 or 5. So I like 4 or 5 of these guys, and I feel comfortable with the interior defensive linemen. And then the edge rushers, I see a lot of people talking about this. You got to add edge. I really don't think so. For me, I get that people are worried about Reddick being gone, but that's why I wanted to add Huff. That's why I warned you that we would trade Reddick away if he wanted a new contract, which he did. And now he's not showing up to Jets camp. So, I mean, writing was on the wall, but hey, what do I know? Now, you see Sweat, Nolan Smith, Brandon Graham's back for his 15th season. Jalix Hunt here, you guys know that was another one of my pre-draft fits for the Eagles. And I think that, that 5 right there, I'm excited, but if maybe you keep a 6th. Aquara's there. You brought in Terrell Lewis, Patrick Johnson, Teron Jackson are back, and so is Brandon Smith, who was here last year. So you've got a lot of competition. And, Terrell Lewis, Brandon Smith can play off ball. They can play edge, and having that versatility will take you a long way with Vic Fangio in this defense. But you've got guys that can pass rush, and that's what we've needed. I think if you have that top 5 right there, and maybe somebody stands out like Aquara and Cam, you keep 6. I'm perfectly fine with that, and I think it would be a very nice rotation. So I think it's time to get back to breaking records here, and I think the Eagles will. Now at linebacker, I mentioned these off-ball guys. I think that again, I understand the fret there, but to me, those top 3. Whoever's starting there, I think Dean continues to develop. I'm hopeful that, he turns into the linebacker we want. But you brought in Oren Burks, a special teams ace. He can provide, some depth at linebacker. But Jeremiah Trotter, dude, you brought his son in. Wild. So you've actually got 5 guys that I wouldn't really mind keeping. And Ben Van Sumeren, he's freakish athleticism, man. So it's actually some good competition. It's not just like, okay, these guys are going to make it. We'll see how it pans out if Burks, the veteran, doesn't make it because he's young guys or whatever. But I'm looking forward to that competition. I'm hopeful that Devin White gets back to all-pro form. Kobe Dean develops. Zach Bond provides that versatility. And that's why I'm feeling a little bit better about that position than most, I would say. And then, looking at cornerback, this is where, I broke it up. We got some outside guys that can play, and we talked about Bradbury, who, maybe he'll dabble a little at safety, but you've got guys like Isaiah Rodgers, Zach McPherson, Eli Ricks, Job. They can dabble inside. Quinyon Mitchell can play inside. Ringo, if you wanted, but I just think versatility is the name of the game, but these guys will be fighting for those outside jobs. And, I think that Rodgers could have to take that inside job just because Quinyon takes the other outside, or maybe Ringo steps it up. But we all know what happened to James Bradbury. This whole team fell apart last year, but he definitely looking a little older. I'm not sure that, you keep him around when you have such young talent. And those are the outside. And then when you're looking at inside, we talk about, needing a starter there too. We obviously know Slay's your one outside guy, but whoever's winning that other job, is it going to be Rodgers inside? Is it Maddox winning a job? Is DeJean going to get healthy and come back in time to win a job? Tyler Hall, I think he is a slept-on addition here. But Sean Stevens was a stud. Yeah, it was at Ferris State, but led the NCAA in interceptions last couple of years. And then you bring in a guy like Perry Nickerson, who knows Vic Fangio's defense. Mario Goodrich here, back again. So you got a lot of guys. You got a lot of versatility here. And I do have another guy and look, even the safeties here, you got to be versatile. Guys like DeJean, Maddox, Bradbury, Tyler, all these guys can play safety and be versatile. Then you got guys like CJ Gardner-Johnson, Sidney Brown, who can play nickel and big dime and big nickel and all these things. Same with Garner, same with McCollum, Andre Sam. So, yeah, man, versatility is the name of the game. I will post that Vic Fangio defense video in the comments down below if you've missed it or just want to watch it again. Reed Blankenship. I think Gardner Johnson and Blankenship will be your starters now because, Brown's on that pup list for now. They got to get him healthy. But I also think you could add someone like Justin Simmons. So let's look at this depth chart here. Try not to get worked up about who I have as starters, but look, dude, you added some starters here. You got Bryce Huff on the edge. You got Devin White at linebacker. You got Quinyon Mitchell, Isaiah Rodgers, who I think could definitely be your starters. Maybe Cooper DeJean gets healthy enough to get back in. I had him in there with Rodgers, may the best man win, but that injury, we'll see. But all those other pieces, man, lots and lots of defensive backs in there. So you can see all the new talent that has been added. Very excited about this training camp, but you got to see it all as quickly as it possibly could with the depth charts and all the positions. But let me know, which battles are you looking forward to the most? Who do you want to see win in what job? Who is your standout? But whatever's on your mind, I'd love to hear about it because I don't know about you guys, dude. Like when every day is football for me. Obviously, I'm putting on this show, but I think the joy I get when it actually comes back, and I could be in pure misery. It could be hot as hell at work, and I'm just like, training camps tomorrow. Like that happened a million times today, and I just want to say that this is a joyous time for me. So pumped up. Yeah, you're definitely not going to put your third round pick out there on waivers to go on the practice squad. But I understand a lot of the media, a lot of people don't know who he is. But hey, that's why I make videos before we draft them about these players so that you get to know him. You know everything about him. You know why we took him in the third round. And I hope you guys are getting excited about Jalen Hunt. I know I sure as hell am. And yeah, a lot of people don't like Blankenship. Did pretty well last year. Definitely had his struggles as this whole defense did. But yeah, CJ is awesome. Enjoying having him back here for sure. Yeah, that's why you sign players at that position and draft. So looking forward to that as well. Do too much? Well, I think, this whole defense was just ass. And you can't really judge, we talk about that with Bradbury, but you could see individually within those things that he was just struggling because of age. And he was just an all-pro a couple years ago, but it doesn't matter. Like, you know what I mean? It's like age, father time, man. You can't beat it. So, look, I think for me, this is something that is a no-brainer. You let Bradbury go, but keep him around right now. He's a veteran. He can help the young guys. Maybe somebody wants to trade for him. They have an injury. Bradbury steps it up and looks good. Then you actually get something in return. We'll see. But I think, it's either way, whoever wins these jobs, and if Bradbury's here or not, that's the one I'm looking forward to because you've got outside, inside, dude, and there's guys that are so versatile who knows where they want to put people. And throughout the game, you can move people around. They don't have this, again, isn't Madden where they have to like stick in a position. You can, move these dudes around. So I'm getting pretty, I don't know about you guys if you're with me yet, but I'm getting pretty close to run through this effing wall. I'm not going to lie to you. I still think that Super Bowl is coming our way. So let's go. And yeah, man. I'd love to see, both those guys, and I think they're both so good that it's going to be hard not to give them both starting jobs. So we'll see. Not Bradbury, Blankenship. Yeah, no doubt. But again, like I said about Blankenship, I don't really think it was anything to do with injuries, anything like that. This whole defense just kind of sucked ass. So as I was saying, when you look within it, though, someone like Bradbury. So sorry if you missed that part. But yeah, I think that, this whole defense sucked, dude. And Jalen Carter looked great, but, you'll hear people, the stats, and then, Jordan Davis, people don't understand what a nose tackle is. And it's like, well, dude, his stats aren't going to jump off the page anyway. And it's kind of embarrassing out here just to see people during training camp just get worked up about everything and anything and just be mad. And it's like, no doubt, dude, enjoy that. For me, I'm ready to run through effing walls. I'm telling you, dude, I'm excited and no one can break that, dude. I think that this team is way more prepared than most people think. And I think that, we know the new coordinators, we know all the new stuff, and we know the new players, but I don't think it's done. I think that you could add another safety and you could still be fine. You could, have an injury in camp. You could have just, the notion that you need another tight end, another, whatever. It ain't over, baby. And once you see cut downs, maybe there's a player you wanted to draft that got cut by somebody. Maybe, whatever, someone becomes available in the trade because a young guy stepped it up on another team. Whatever the case may be, it ain't over yet, baby. So just stay excited. Don't let the media. I know that they're having hard times right now. Football's about to be back, and that is not their thing, so they gotta keep up with those narratives. So I see people tagging me and stuff, and dude, I'm so busy at work. I try to get back to everything you guys tag me in and comment, and I love you and I appreciate you. But when it's that stuff like that, people are just making up all the time that we're trading for everybody and everybody sucks and all that. I don't care. I can be honest with you here. I still don't. But Matt Davis, what he's doing, and I've talked about this for over a year now with the whole, double team rate in the top 10%, but he's still like number 2 or 3 in win percentage, but he's the number 1 like double team guy. Like, yeah, dude, that's good. And people don't know what a nose tackle is. They don't even know what that means, and it's like, okay, dude. And this is what we're talking about with the experts, and it's like, dude, they're not experts. I promise you, they don't even have a basic understanding. And let them be mad, man. They're gonna be so mad when Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, and Milton Williams are eating people alive on the inside. Well, you've got Huff, Sweat, Nolan Smith, Brandon Graham, Jalen Sun on the outside, and the rest of the defense. So let people sleep on this Vic Fangio defense. Again, I will post that down below. Pin it in the comments so you guys can check that out. But that is all I have for you tonight. I'm going to go spend a little time with the family here, try to get some sleep, wake back up at 5 a.m., and have another insane day. These days have been nuts. This job has been it's been a tough one. So, I'm going to keep putting it in. You guys keep putting in that work as well. Hope you're all doing well. I really do. Sorry if I seem a little, I'm like literally on fumes. I can't wait to jump in the shower and just, I need to relax, dude. I am on fumes here. But, he was breaking out last year. People, the fact that they did not draft him, 8 teams went by. Nikki, they're crazy. They're losing their minds, and they're watching him now like son of a bitch. And if this whole defense wasn't trash, Jalen Carter would have won the defensive rookie of the year, but I don't care about record or, trophies or accomplishments. And I know he doesn't. It's time to go get that one trophy that matters the most. That's the Super Bowl. And Jalen Carter is going to go, to the Hall of Fame. He's going to be one of those people. So, and yes, I usually try to do that. That is what nighttime is for, but I always try to give you guys that Eagles news first. But, souped up about this team. I'm ready. I talk so much crap at work, at so much, all this, dude, I'm ready, like battle tested. I tell people all the time what's going on, who we're adding, what we're doing, and then the stuff happens. And dude, it's funny at work. Like they watch it and they say stuff, and you guys are more than welcome to comment if you watch them live. But it's funny the stuff they bring up, and it's like, look, man, I know what I'm doing. This isn't my first rodeo. So I do my best to put that out. Now, it's been insane. I'm not gonna lie to you with work. So, it's not gonna be like every sicko season where I'm able to give you boom, 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 all practice, because I'm gonna be working, dude. Unfortunately tomorrow while it's happening, I'm gonna be looking at my phone, doing my best to see what's going down. But you're gonna have to wait until late night. I gotta get home first. I gotta eat. I gotta be able to live a little bit, and then sleep's in there somewhere. And then, right back to work and then back to this. So let's go. But I do it because I love you. And I'm glad you sickos keep showing up, because I'm telling you, everybody's about to become the biggest Eagles fan. And we've been trying to get them on board. But as we say in these parts, let them keep hating. We'll keep educating. But you guys have yourselves a great rest of your night, a great rest of your week. If you guys need anything, and if you guys are going to that practice, stay safe out there. Have yourselves a good time. I just don't think I have so much going on, and then I'm going away for a couple days on like Sunday, Monday, too. So I don't know. I might be doing videos from where I'm going. So bear with me. But I just don't. I have the ability to go with the VIP passes, and I don't know if I want. It's just so much on me to driving that far, and I've got work the next day. I just don't know. Too much. But those of you who are, have yourselves an effing great time. And dude, give them a go birds for me, or 20 of them, whatever you can do. But I don't know if I'll be going to any closed practices, anything. Get you guys the nitty gritty this year. Again, I'm sorry, the work has just been insane for me, so I just don't have much free time. But I'm going to see what I can do for you and keep giving you that content that you deserve either way. But again, you need anything. It doesn't have to be about the birds. You can always reach out to me. I am always here for you. You guys are seriously always here for me. So I always just want to extend my hand, let you know that you ever feel you need a friend, someone to talk to. I'm always here for you guys. I love each and every one of you. Have yourselves a fantastic rest of your night. Training camp tomorrow, baby. 9 a.m. They changed the press conference time, not 9:30. It is now 9. So Nick Sirianni will be giving a press conference, and then 10 o'clock, practice will begin. I'll be at work probably till like 5, 6, probably not get home till like 7. I don't know. But when I do, I will get as many notes together, clips together, whatever I can do. We'll see how much time I have, but we'll be talking about it live here tomorrow night. Until then, I'm Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, say it with me now. Go Birds!